Okay, here we are back for second half action in the game between the Greenjackets and the Syracuse Vipers. Syracuse kicking off to the Greenjackets. Peter, we're going to get this kicked off and then we'll let you bring us up to date on the first half history of the Vipers here.
Chandler again. Nope.
Now this is 28, Dan Marbut. Picked up the ball. Looks like he might have fumbled.
No, I think the refs are saying down.
And a knee down. And as you were commenting earlier, Dan Marbut's all over the field doing everything.
Returning kickoffs.
And just in case I didn't introduce you again here for the second half, Peter Wack of the Syracuse Vipers. Peter, thank you for joining us after doing color announcing with us last year for 3 games. Here we are kicking off our first game this year with you.
And we may see you in the playoffs again.
Well, I surely would like that to happen.
It's 1st and 10 for the Greenjackets on their own 38-yard line. Second half just underway. That was a fumble, but popped right into the hands of Tory Mayer, yeah.
Green on the carry for the Greenjackets. The ball is fumbled and been covered by
the Viper coaches are saying that was a well-designed play.
Well, I tell you, it stops your heart if you're a Greenjacket. Don't like to see your ball floating around out there in the air.
No, not the way we saw the first half start with Steve Scott running back at least 60, probably 70-yard.
Well, as you predicted, Peter, we have Jack Gibbs in at quarterback. Excuse me, there come the Bugs, replacing Kevin Siska in the first quarter and a half. Not much of a gain there. He didn't have to make much, but I don't think he got the first down.
Oh, that was Tony Green on the carry. Gibbs deserves to be in there. He moved the team on a couple of nice drives there in the first half.
They are signaling a first down. That looks mighty fine. Peter, the Vipers were very impressive. Leroy Collins was the workhorse of that. Kind of give us a thumbnail recap of that first half.
Well, it started off with a bang with the EFL offensive MVP, Steve Scott, returning a kick 70 yards for a touchdown. Dwayne Milton then took advantage of a couple of turnovers to get 2 more.
That accounts for 3 touchdowns right there. Uh-oh, he's
backside. He's vulnerable. Ooh.
It took 5 guys to get to him, but they got him.
Ruben Hano eventually got the hit there. He's a boy from Hawaii, or a man.
Yes.
He's been in the league for about 10 years. Played junior college in California, didn't play for 5 years, moved to Syracuse. That's where his wife is from. He met her in Hawaii, moved back here. Never even heard of minor league football. I guess it's not too popular in Hawaii.
No.
And he's been playing all over Central New York since then. And Syracuse didn't have a team. I think he went down to Binghamton, Broome County. 2nd and 20 here. The Greenjackets on their own 40-yard line.
Okay. Jack Gibbs again, and he's looking up, getting sacked again. Who was that, number 16?
That is Raheem Smith, who's had a big night tonight. He's had an interception, and I think that's his 2nd sack, and been in on a couple other key tackles. Gibbs just never got his footing underneath him on that one, it didn't look like.
Never did.
Maybe he saw Raheem Smith with unfettered lane towards him and decided, if I stumble, maybe he might not hit me so hard.
Well, the offensive line is going to have to stiffen up there a bit to give the quarterback a chance to get his work done.
It's 3rd and long, 3rd and 25, 26.
Uh-oh, somebody...
I did not see a Greenjackets movement there. That might be offsides on the defense. Wait till the refs sort it out. They're chatting here. Refs from the...
Oh, it is.
It is. They can see the slightest movement when they're down on the line there. EFL uses refs, at least in this area, from Section 3 of New York State. They need to be certified up through Section 3 and an active member. Most of these guys will work some Division 3 football games and a lot of high school varsity games as the fall gets closer.
Okay. Can you count how many yards now, Peter? It must be about 30 yards or so.
Yep.
31 yards. for a first down. And it's third down right now.
We haven't seen Chandler get his hands on the ball too much outside of kickoffs tonight.
Nope.
This would be a good time to use his height against Rashad Porch, who's guarding him.
Look at that. Number 2.
Ronnie Johnson.
Ronnie Johnson was right there to block it. Fourth down and miles to go.
Pass is broken up by number 2.
Okay, for those viewers who wonder where Bill Callahan is tonight, we wonder as well, and we regret that he apparently is not going to make the game. We heard from him a couple of times this afternoon, probably trying to tell us some kind of a problem or conflict. In any event, the reason Charles Adams is here is because we don't have anybody else.
We were going to go with a two-man crew to start with.
George Fordrung didn't come because he had a family celebration of some importance where he couldn't come, and Bill was going to be here but didn't make it. So,
well, let's just hope it's car problems or nothing too serious with his family or himself.
Okay, kicking is Torrey Mayer.
Off a very good punt.
Very nice punt. Oops, taking a Viper's bounce off the sidelines. Dan Marbert took it out about the 47-yard line of the Vipers.
Let's see who comes in at quarterback. If it's going to be Milton or Bresnahan, it looks like number 12 sauntering in there with the towel on his waist. That's Chris Bresnahan.
So all 6'5" of him.
6'5", probably 230, 240, no fat.
Long legs, long arms, can see over everybody.
He does have, his weakness is the touch on the long ball, which could be the Viper's strength as far as Steve Scott and Rashad Porch on how fast they are getting open downfield. But in those 10 to 20-yard passes, he can be very accurate for the whole game. He's probably eager to start throwing the ball even though he's up by 20 points. Bresnahan under center. Porch and Scott near us.
Throwing right away.
In trouble.
In trouble. Number 50 just about got him, and
Big Daddy Lipscomb.
Yeah, Jeff Lipscomb was right on his case there. Our defensive end from the Capital District.
Bresnahan somehow got that pass off and probably should have been caught by the new tight end, Jason Cecile. Bresnahan's favorite target last year was the tight end. It was Jason Weaver. They connected up for many passes, and especially in crucial situations, but Weaver went off to college. Up somewhere in upstate New York.
Okay.
Second 10 from the 45. Pitch out to Collins. He's got
nice
speed.
Blocks in there.
Looks like there may have been a clip on the play on the Vipers. I think it was on Steve Scott there trying to give his hello.
Jeffrey Lipscomb again had his arms around those legs.
He's got pretty good speed for a big guy, that Lipscomb, huh?
Well, yeah, for 42 years old. That 22 years of experience coming out there. He's a very quiet fellow, works like a Trojan, keeps his own counsel. He's not a big rah-rah hooray man, but he tends to know where to be on the field.
Yeah, you can make up a lot. A little speed you miss as you get older, you can make up on having the right angles and the right anticipation for where someone's going. Vipers are getting pushed back here. I think it was a clip on Steve Scott trying to free up some space.
Lipscomb lives in Schenectady, comes up for practice twice a week and games on Saturday night to the Greenjackets.
Second and 17 for the Vipers from their own 38-yard line. Bresnahan's now in at quarterback, and he's back in the shotgun. Good anticipation by the Greenjackets.
Number 1, Anthony Presley, was right there to mix it up a little bit. You know, one thing about it, Peter, with you and me, being non-professionals here, is our viewers get lots of time to think and
yes, we have
and
some
watch
nice
the game. They don't have
pauses,
to. They don't have to listen to us all the time.
Yes, I'm the publisher of the Syracuse University paper. So I'm on the business side there. I don't do a lot of talking unless it's to the cleaning people or the delivery guys, maybe my business staff.
Well, the thing that makes you so valuable to us is you also do statistics for the Vipers. So you know
Yes.
every player, every play, how much yardage, and all the rest of that stuff.
Yep. I got the football statistics down. Never was much of a player myself.
Okay, we have an injury there, number 79. Is it 70?
Who's in 70 tonight? Is that Levon Wright? He's one of our best offensive linemen.
It's either 70 or 79.
A really sweet kid. Could also be Jason Hart. They're both starting offensive linemen for the Vipers.
Can't quite see the number there. Yeah, I guess it's Sandra's saying, pointing her finger on the sleeve there. It looks like a 70.
Levon Wright was also pretty close to the young man who unfortunately died a month or two ago from the CNY Express.
Oh,
and you could see, especially after that first game against Watertown, at the end of the game, I was doing the statistics over on the sideline on the bench, and he came over, and I thought he was just exhausted. But he was crying, and it's pretty big impact when you see a guy like that, 270, 6'4", sitting on the sidelines crying for his friend. It looks like he's getting up.
Okay. Well, it does look like a knee, a leg, or ankle.
Or he's hopping off.
Yeah, he's hopping off. Hopefully he can walk that off. You know, Peter, maybe, some of our viewers right now may not have been listening when we told about the tragedy that happened with Central New York Express.
Yep.
And a former Viper was playing for them, Mo Williams, as I understand. Tell us what happened there.
Maurice Williams, it's always the good kids. He was a single father in Syracuse, had 2 young children, played football for, I think, at least 4 or 5 years in minor leagues, still had the dreams of getting paid to play, maybe even the NFL someday. He did have good talent. Last year he started with the Vipers. Most of his friends were playing with the Express. So after a game or two with us in the preseason and the Jenna Bowl he played in, he moved over to the Express. Unfortunately, at the beginning of their season this year, he took a helmet-to-helmet hit down in Mohawk Valley. And unexpectedly, after he was taken to the hospital, he did pass away from that hit.
Okay, back on the line here.
It's 3rd and 16.
Bresnahan in shotgun position.
Bresnahan back to pass. He's got the tight end open down the middle. What a hit.
Fumble.
I think that was a catch.
Think it was a catch or a fumble?
I think it was a catch and then a fumble. But they're going to call it incomplete pass.
Are they?
The Greenjackets are upset, as they should be. He had that ball and he turned around.
Looked like he had
took 1 or 2 strides before he got hit. Should be Greenjackets ball. Get more stares from the Viper coaching staff up here. Guess I'm going to have to come up to Glen, with the Greenjackets for the rest of the season. Need any water boys or T-shirt salesmen up there?
But I think you gave a very fair assessment there.
Should see me work the hot dog machine.
Dan Chandler back deep for the Greenjackets.
Bresnahan, the quarterback's also the punter. He's back to punt from about his own 25-yard line.
Not a bad punt.
No, not great for him, though. He got a good bounce.
Chandler picking it up. No place to go.
Better go down.
And Chandler on the 39-yard line of the Greenjackets.
Chandler jumped up high to stop that from going over his head, or that would have bounced down to inside the 10 at least.
Elliott Reese on the tackle for the Vipers. First down, Greenjackets.
Okay, we're here in the third quarter. The Vipers score 26 in the first half, and here we are with the Greenjackets at only 6, and we now have the ball. Need to tell you about a few of our great sponsors at the Greenjackets, Crimson Art and Framing Gallery, and the artist community and the Old Troy shirt making factory there. People are complaining about that. And the same thing for Flores and Flores Advertising, a super advertising agency located there.
First and 10 for the Greenjackets from their own 38-yard line. Handoff up the middle.
Okay.
That was David Winters.
That was David Winters.
Got about 5 yards on the carry.
One of our good running backs, along with Dan McGovern, and our running backs are sponsored by Phil Russell's City Pizza. Absolutely authentic New York City pizza, only at Quaker Plaza on Quaker Road, near O'Toole's in Queensbury. By the way, Phil Russell, who owns City Pizza, was an offensive lineman for the Greenjackets for a number of years. But Phil even imports the water from New York City to make the New York
That's
City
what they've
pizza
always
with.
told me, that it's so good because of the water and how it affects how they make the crust. Because people aren't crazy. Gibbs
Jack
back
Gibbs
to pass.
again.
Ronnie Johnson in pursuit. He's got time, though. Ooh, that looks like pass interference.
Yeah.
They've got to call. Oh, yes.
Dan Chandler was covered by number 7, was it? Or 72?
Yes.
Number 7, I think.
Number 7 is Terry Morgan, one of our outstanding linebacking crew, Wilfred Stevens and Terry Morgan.
Well, they won't get a lot of yards on that, even if it is called in the Green Jackets' favor.
I think it will be an automatic first down, though.
I think so.
Yeah. With pass interference.
Okay.
Which would be a big boost for the Green Jackets. Use a sustained drive here and get some points back on the board to close that gap from the 26-6 score it currently is.
Peter, this year the Green Jackets have established a little routine to award a trophy at the end of the game to the offensive lineman of the game.
Oh, they should get more recognition. That's brilliant. I'm impressed. We're going to do that.
That's what everybody says, and you know, it's this trophy is contributed. Trophy and a big T-shirt is big T-shirt.
Yeah, emphasis on the big.
It was contributed by the Big Uglies, Hank Pelton and Sean
It's an impressive
Brand.
trophy I'm looking at right here.
It is, isn't it gorgeous? It's all
nice.
lineman of the game, August 3rd, 2002.
Second 5, the Green Jackets have it on their own 45-yard line. 8 minutes left, third quarter.
Gibbs
Option
still
again.
got it. Brought down, no gain, no loss, right on the line of scrimmage. Hank Pelton was a center for the Green Jackets for quite a number of years, and Sean Brand is in our Hall of Fame. They set up a new business downtown Glens Falls on Broad Street near South Street called the Big Uglies.
And what the heck does the Big Uglies
The Big
do?
Uglies does sports wear for the Big Ugly and you.
Ah.
So they do all kinds of trophies and plaques.
You don't forget that name.
Sportswear for the high schools and the other kinds of teams. And it's they're on the internet.
Big Ugly for the Big Ugly football player in you.
There you got it. they love the Big Ugly concept. Here we go again. Jack Gibbs is quarterback.
Third down and 5. Green Jackets use a first down here. He's got a little time. He's got some room.
Got some room, but he's
Ooh.
smothered. Maybe got a yard, Peter, not much more.
This is what it says on the back of the T-shirts, of the Big Uglies T-shirts. Skill, is the ability to move a 300-pound object from one point to another and place it gently on its back.
The gently is the hard part.
Yeah, you need a few friends to lower him down, I think.
Well, it is an attempt to recognize the hardworking offensive linemen that, you're right, so rarely get much recognition. But as we can clearly see, without an offensive line, you can't get very far.
No, and when you're an offensive line in the NFL, you're getting paid to play.
Yes,
Here,
you
these
are.
fellas are not getting paid, and a little recognition goes a long way for them.
Well, we've got our punter in there. Torrey Mayer, looks like, number 15. Going to be punting from about Green Jackets 32.
Might get a good bounce here.
Might get a good bounce. They're going to pick it up.
That was
right
a
there.
gutsy pickup
Sure
by
was.
Rashard Dykes.
About a 5-yard return on it to the Vipers' 28-yard line.
He could smell Mike Randall's breath when he caught that one, boy. Randall was snapping his fingers on the way out, knowing he had a split second there to lay down a big hit.
You know, ordinarily we get to call Mike Randall's number quite a bit in the game, but we haven't done that yet this game. He's a very aggressive player, very effective player.
He's another one of your local
Yes, he
men
is.
playing for
Yes,
you.
he is. You bet. Matter of fact, I have a list of hometowns here, but I think Mike Randall is from South Glens Falls.
Well, there's a South Glens Falls also.
Oh, Peter,
East.
you don't want to say that you don't know that. Mike Randall.
I'm new in the whole area. Please forgive me.
Mike Randall is from Glens Falls.
Pitch out to Leroy Collins. He's got a little room on the outside. Stays in bounds.
He's a miracle man.
Yes, he is. Randall, again, that pushed him out there. Must have heard us up here talking. Yeah, it's just the way that he could be moving forward so fast while still shaking his hips and doing little dances. Most running backs at whatever level need to slow down if they're going to make a move. he doesn't seem to break his speed at all when he makes a move.
Well, one can see how he gets 150 yards a game. Okay, a couple of more sponsors here. Nimick Sports Shop in Warrensburg. Hoss Nimick played for the Greenjackets for years as well. I think blew a knee out and finished his career, but we have fond memories of watching him.
Boy, your old players have done well for themselves,
Yes,
huh?
they have.
Pitch out again to Collins. Makes
Watch
a cut
him
up
go.
the field.
Oh, watch him go. If he could gotten by that one player, he was off and running.
Yes, he was.
Damon Walker on the tackle for the Greenjackets.
Damon Walker is another one of the people that we often call the number 4. He's a great athlete. We wondered if Damon was going to get here for this game. Actually, he was out of town for 2 or 3 days, out of state, I guess, and flew in this afternoon, got into the Albany airport about 2 o'clock, and was picked up by John Adams over there, one of our recruiters and defensive coaches, and driven here for this game tonight from the airport.
Well, he's been playing good, even though we haven't been calling him his name out too
Damon
much.
Gets around the field. He was first team defensive back All-American in 1999.
Great. Bresnahan under center on 2nd and 1 from the Greenjackets 42. Back to pass on a quick
pass.
slant.
Oh, fumble.
That time he was bobbling it, I think, although it was tough for us to tell. You don't see Rashad Porch.
But you notice who had his hands on him, Dan Marbett again.
Yep. Knew how to stuff it up there so Porch couldn't bring it in and get control.
3rd down, a yard to go. Livingston's Quality Manor Furniture. We're happy to have them back this year. Salem Hardware and Supply. Floormaster and Dreamhouse Furniture in Mark Plaza on Quaker Road. Pine Lanes and Lake George Bowl. Mike Ponda and his crew. We thank you a lot.
3rd and 1. Greenjackets need to stop. Quick pass down the middle. And it's dropped.
He could have had that, Peter.
Wouldn't surprise me here. In the upper leagues, the NFL, you wouldn't see a team who's up 26-6 with 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter go for a ball. At this point, they'd put it down in the corner. But with the kicking game the way it is in the EFL, Bresnahan just coming, I didn't mean that it was poor overall, but it is often one of the areas that it takes longer in the season to get a good kicker in rhythm. Bresnahan just came back to the team, so his punts have looked a little wobbly. And they are going for it on 4th and 1.
Wouldn't surprise me to see Leroy Collins with you.
Yeah, either that or Bresnahan stretching 6 feet 5 inches off his tippy toes.
There goes to Collins.
And
he's got it.
Yes. Initial hit was right at the line of scrimmage, but he did get forward enough for the first down.
Collins up the middle for the Vipers.
That wasn't a hard thing to guess, you know.
Yeah. 17-18 rushing attempts to Leroy Collins.
That's right.
Maybe going to Collins. Well, you have a career in the booth, I think.
It really makes me appreciate Bill Callahan and George Fordring.
Yeah, Bill has that skill. I think it's just flowing through him, you know. He doesn't really even have to think too hard all the time unless he's telling a story or something.
No, and, you know, he's done plenty of Greenjackets games all by himself.
Oh, boy.
2.5, 3 hours of it. I told you, give him a phone book and he can do a 3-hour show.
Now it's 1st and 10 for the Vipers on the Greenjackets' 37-yard line. About 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Bresnahan on a nice fake.
Oh,
now that's...
What's it going to be called?
That is incomplete pass.
Incomplete.
Greenjackets have been very close to picking up fumbles here. 2 of them that were close were called incomplete. That one was tough to tell when their backs are to you, though.
He just couldn't get his feet down and take a step, could he?
He was wide open. And that was the tight end, Jason Cecile. Bresnahan does like the tight ends. I thought maybe it was just Weaver last year that he had such a good connection with, but we didn't call Cecile's name at all until Bresnahan came in, and now he's thrown to the tight end down the middle about 3 times already.
No yardage on that.
No, that was
28 down Marbert again.
Bresnahan is nice, complete. Lost of yardage on the play. 3rd down.
Bresnahan's doing a fake to one side and then quick passes to the other side. We haven't seen him go downfield yet.
We're happy to have Minogue's Beverage Centers as a sponsor again this year. This year, actually, in the program, they're honoring Bill Callahan, speaking of
I saw
the
that
man
cute
himself.
picture.
Bill Callahan, it isn't very widely known yet, was inducted into the National Hall of Fame in the media division.
Oh, no, I didn't even
Yes.
know that.
No, it's true. Your colleague Bill is now a Hall of Famer in the media division.
Oh.
Aren't very many of those creatures walking about.
3rd and 14 here. Greenjackets laying back a little bit, looking for a pass and hopefully an interception. Bresnahan back to pass, looking for a shot porch.
Yeah.
And that time, he did not drop it.
Got him down on the Greenjackets 18-yard line.
The porch. The pass is complete. And a Viper first down.
Nice sliding catch there by Rashad Porch in front of Mo James.
We also welcome J.E. Sawyer and Company Plumbing and Heating back as a sponsor, and Dobert's Dairy. Pete, it was a little bit before your time, but Larry Spear, who was called the Milkman, played for years with the Greenjackets, was a great receiver, and he's a vice president, I believe, of Dobert's Dairy, so we have a good, loyal follower right there. And the Glens Falls Elks Lodge number 81 and Adirondack Paintball Games.
1st and 10 from Greenjackets 19. Leroy Collins around the outside, and he's tripped up.
Jeff Lipscomb got in the backfield there, but was a little bit behind him. Couldn't get the sack.
Collins on the carry for the Vipers, picked up by number 50, Jeffrey Lipscomb. 2nd down.
There's another ex-Greenjacket on there, too, isn't there? A Leland Paper? That must be some relation to
Dick Leland.
Dick Leland.
That's right. Dick Leland, the president of Leland Paper, was the first Greenjacket Hall of Famer, named last year, as a matter of fact. Then we had 2 more. Jim Willig was inducted into the National Hall of Fame. Both Jim Willig and Dick Leland are associate general managers of our team this year, and then Bill Callahan. So we have 3 Hall of Famers with the Greenjackets now. Great history, great tradition.
The Vipers call a timeout. I've had Dick Leland is one of the guys I write this little ongoing journal that I send around to people, and every week he always writes me back complimenting me about how much he likes to read about minor league football, but always there with a correction or two, which I appreciate because I can't get anyone at my newspaper to edit an article I write about the minor league football team, Syracuse Vipers.
You know, I've never figured out how Dick Leland gets the time and pays the attention to write as many congratulatory emails or just
very good
helpful comment emails, or you can always count on him to pay attention and to be there to comment on something in a helpful way.
Yeah.
And I know he caught you in a bunch of errors.
Yes, he did. I sent it out. I wrote him right back, and I said, thank you very much. I would rather hear it from somebody directly in time for me to be able to correct it than 2 months later and say, by the way, in your haste, you wrote George Adams instead of Charles Adams, which was I was blushing all over the office, and no one was around there. I was so embarrassed.
Pete, you may think it's deliberate that I haven't said much about the score lately. A little bit hesitant to do that, but I will do it. The Vipers are 26, and the Greenjackets are 6. We have 50.2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. No scoring this quarter, Pete.
No, it's been gone by pretty quick. The boys are staying in bounds, and very few penalties. The Greenjackets need to stop the Vipers here. I would think even getting 3 points is going to be tough if it gets over 20 that they're behind.
Handoff got stopped. Good sack back there with 4 Greenjackets on the scene. Number 2.
Damon Walker, I think, had the first hit there.
Yeah,
number
it's number 25, Damon Walker. We had Brialt, number 2, in on the play.
That was George Eason, our fullback on the Viper fullback on the run.
He hasn't run more than 2 or 3 plays, I don't think.
No, I don't think anyone but Leroy's had more than 1 or 2 carries. Marty Clanton hasn't even had 1. He's been the
clock's running. It looks like it's going to run out. Might mention that all Greenjackets games are televised on TV8 every week, on Sundays from 5 to 8 p.m. and on Mondays at 7:30 to 10:30 p.m. This coming game I'll tell you about a little bit later after this play. What's that?
It's the end of the 3rd quarter. with the Vipers leading 26-6 on the Green Jackets.
Very well. No scoring done, so it was pure defense, I guess, that game, that quarter. Peter, we have a game this coming.
We'd like to welcome the Central New York Charter School for Math and Science to the Viper football family.
Here we are back to start the fourth quarter. The Vipers with the ball. Bresnahan back to pass. Flare out to Steve Scott. Caught on about the 15-yard line. And they keep him out of the end zone.
They keep him out. He picks up 6 or 7 yards, it looks like.
Pass is complete.
Okay, we got shut down there, Peter, at the end of the third quarter. I wanted to mention to our viewers that the next home game in Glens Falls at East Field will be against the Watertown Red and Black. I think the Watertown team is now like 107 or 8 years old.
It's an unbelievable history. I still want to get my hands on that book that someone wrote about.
Yeah,
the
Mike
history.
Britton. Mike Britton wrote that.
Oh, Mike, he did.
Yeah,
I didn't
he
know
wrote that book. The history of the whole 106 years or whatever it was when he wrote it.
And I've yet to go to the Hall of Fame either. I'd love to see their jersey hanging up there, which I understand is there. It's the oldest professional or not
the Green
continuous
Jackets,
club, I think it is.
Yeah, the Green Jackets have had a rivalry with Watertown for decades, and it's always been a good one. They're a good, strong team. They were nationally ranked last year. And at East Field on Saturday night, August 10, starting at 7:30. Adults $5, students down 18 to age 5 are $2. And there will be a band for the first time this season before the game and at halftime called Letterhead. It's a band that originates in Fort Edward. Peter, you who are not geographically savvy of our area will need to know that Fort Edward, like Hudson Falls, is an adjacent municipality to Glens Falls and South Glens Falls.
And is this like a school band?
Well, they came out of a high school band, but they're out doing gigs all over the place, and they really cut a caper. So people can come around, participate with the band, and eat hot dogs.
Sounds like a good Saturday night in late summer.
You got it. You got it.
If you're not out at EFL games on Saturday night and you're a football or sports fan or just a fan of the community, I don't know what you're doing with your $5 to $7, where you're spending it. Vipers are packed in tight. Bresnahan's rolling on with a man in hot pursuit.
He got him.
He got him. Was he in? Was the
His
ball
feet
in?
were in. I don't know if it's...
I did see one ump calling a touchdown.
But his feet were certainly in. I guess they ruled that the ball was in as well, because it looked like he was right on the line.
Yeah, umpire was right there. The tip of the ball just has to break the outside line, the edge of the outside line for a touchdown.
That is not good news for the Green Jackets. 26-27 point spread is hard to make up in one quarter.
Seemed like they were poised to get back in it. Now it's going to be tough, and they're going to have to open it up even more. Bresnahan.
A little confusion in backfield there.
Bresnahan as
wide open.
Holder.
Watch Bresnahan jump up and down, so disappointed that his perfect pass got dropped.
He'll often do that. He's the holder, and if the snap's not perfect, since he's also a quarterback and such a competitor, that gives him an excuse to get up and try to throw it for a first down or a 2-point conversion.
I didn't think he was going to make anything because he had a collision there in the backfield before he ever got in a position to throw the pass. But the receiver surely should have had that.
No, there's Quandell Freelon, who does not play much. He's a fullback. Does play some on the offensive line, I think, too. He's not going to get more playing time dropping balls like that.
No, and ordinarily you wouldn't expect to see a fullback over there receiving a pass in the end zone anyway.
No, I'm sure he dreams of plenty of those catches, as we all do that don't even play.
The score now, Vipers 32, Green Jackets 6. We have 14 minutes, 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Green Jackets will have the ball. We'll see if the offensive unit can put together any kind of a drive here to get some more points on the board. Tommy Mayer, the offensive coordinator, surely has his work cut out for him.
See if Jack Gibbs stays in the game, or is there a third-string quarterback?
Yes, Torrey Mayer.
Right.
Is also a quarterback, and he's played in a couple of games. Played quite a bit in the St. Lawrence Trailblazer game.
Decent kick by Barbano.
Okay, and this time it goes to... Wow.
There's some hooting and hollering and bodies
hard.
flying. Didn't see exactly what happened, but I don't think either team is letting up.
Kickoff return for the Greenjackets.
Raheem Smith ran over, not too happy. Maybe he's just pumped up and telling them that's the way to do it, boys.
Okay, the offensive unit has it on the Greenjackets' 33-yard line.
Where they're going to start at 1st and 10. Fourth quarter has just started. Not quite a minute run off the clock. I can't see. Is that Gibbs still in there? Yes, that must be Gibbs because he's a little bigger than Siska. I don't know. You must be playing with two balls. I don't know how that guy got that handoff. They seemed like they were 5 feet away from each other.
Did, but Dave Winter took that up for a couple of yards. Maybe 2.5 yards, 3.
Watertown's been around for 107 years, but the Greenjackets are no slouch either.
Nope.
What are you going on, 80th or 70th?
74th. Yeah, 74th anniversary. Next year we'll probably make a big deal out of 75,
As
our
you should,
anniversary.
especially in this business.
Yes,
You're around for
indeed.
75 years.
Not many teams are that old.
Gibbs under center, fake.
Okay,
Looks
yep.
like he's going to
Swinging
Chandler
it out
deep.
to
Nice
Chandler.
pass. At the last second, it was broken up by number 42, Travis Blount. What a pass that was.
Not much Chandler could do about that.
No. Travis Blount closed up quick. He was 10 yards away, but right before he was going to catch it. But he got there and knocked the ball away.
It's a dangerous pass with 2 defenders down there. Could easily have been intercepted.
Have the Greenjackets always modeled the colors and
Yes.
shape of the Packers? Because as you
Yes.
know, I am from Wisconsin.
Yes.
So at first it was a little disconcerting. I found myself
No, we
rooting
even-
quite heavily for you guys
That's
there the
right.
first season,
We
thinking I was at a
even,
Packer game.
we model our organization after the Packers as well.
There you go. That's a good one to follow. It's a
Hand
handoff
off again to Dave Winter,
as your
28. Was it?
watchers out there probably know the Packers are the only major
29,
professional team that's a not-for-profit
That's
organization.
right. The Packers, like the Greenjackets, are a non-profit community-based organization.
Seems a little strange when they're so big, but if you really look at how the team is organized and run, it is a run within the nonprofit laws. They have a board of directors that appoint a general manager, and from there on down to the stockholders, which is also unusual for a nonprofit. Looks like an audibles. Gibbs calling an audible at the line on 4th and 4. They want to stay in this game. They need this.
Not going to get it.
No. They were expecting the Vipers to be setting up in a all-pass defense there, thinking there'd be holes on the line, but there wasn't.
Smith on the tackle for the Vipers.
81 is David Krauser on the Greenjackets. He had the ball that time. We haven't called his number very much.
The Vipers
Past
take
couple of
over on
plays,
down.
he's been in there.
First down. Syracuse.
He's listed as a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receiver. They rotate him into the backfield sometimes too.
Speaking of the Packers, our Associate General Manager, Jim Willig, is a strong Packer fan.
We must get together.
For many years was a close personal friend of Bart Starr. And so we have the Packers organization manual, and we model as much as we can over that. Uh-oh, he's still on his feet.
Jason Hall staying on his feet after a big hit by Lipscomb, I think.
Jason Hall on the carry for the Vipers.
Picked up 7 or 8 on that one.
So have you had a chance to meet Bart Starr?
I haven't.
I'd break down if I met Bart Starr. I'd be whimpering on the ground.
What an icon. He's
Everything that he symbolized to that team. And how a player drafted in the 17th round, you wouldn't look at him and think he was an NFL quarterback, turned out leading.
But you know, Jim told me the other day, to the day he retired, Bart Starr never made more than $50,000 a year.
Until he went on the speaking tour.
That's right.
Career.
He got into the
Jason Hall up the middle.
He's gone. He's gone.
One last guy with a chance, but you're not going to catch speedy Jason Hall.
Anthony Presley, number 1, had the last chance to get him and could not push him out. There's a flag thrown over on the sideline.
Excessive
my guess,
celebration, I think.
My guess is maybe some language or whatever. And I would judge it to involve Anthony Presley, which has regrettably happened before.
Jason Hall is not going to waste his chances here to finally carry the ball after watching Leroy Collins all game. He's had a couple of nice runs, including that one from a good 15 to 20 yards out. He's struggling a bit with not with his playing. He's a very good player, but last year we had the running back by committee approach. We had a lot of good running backs. Joe Roy Baker took that big hit up in Glens Falls, you might remember, at the beginning of the year. We were all very nervous about that. Jason Hall. Hassan Nimmons was on the team. We had 5 or 6 guys that we'd rotate back there. Jason Hall was one of the better ones. This year we got Leroy Collins. So the committee is a committee of 1 now. And Jason Hall, I don't think has the defensive back skills, which would allow him to play more on defense.
You know, when you were doing the pregame interviews, I wondered why you kept asking the Syracuse coaches about what it was like to coach Leroy Collins. Now I see.
Yes.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, our director says. And my guess is that's Anthony Presley, number 1.
We'll see which way they mark it off at the kickoff. They usually wait. Don't do it on the PAT. Or encourage people to be a little more aggressive and overexcited after a touchdown, knowing that a penalty on the PAT probably would not hurt him too much. Bresnahan fumbles again.
Going to get sacked by number 2, Greg Brialt.
Extra point, no good.
Boy, the Vipers are having a tough time with the kicking game tonight.
Yeah, they haven't converted many of those. But they've had no trouble in the touchdown department.
Nope, they haven't. We haven't seen a field goal try either, have we?
Nope. That's right. We haven't. We haven't seen one.
Nope.
Either side.
It was such an exciting game, that first game last year up in Glens Falls.
Oh, the 1-point game.
Our defense, Viper defense, made a goal line stand with about a minute left. Glens Falls was down 7-6, looking like they were going to score. Goal line stand, we get the ball, we think the game's over. Glens Falls gets a fumble back, drives a good 30 yards. On comes Drennan with 2 seconds left for a 45-yard field goal. We already knew about Chris Drennan, too. We're thinking, oh, my gosh. I was underneath the goalpost, ready to slip on a striped shirt and start waving my hands that it wasn't any good no matter where it was. But it was just a bit too far out, and the Vipers got a good push, and they got a hand up on the ball and blocked it. It was a great game up there.
It was indeed. Those are exciting, aren't they? Well, folks, we're here with a scoreboard telling a sorry tale. Syracuse Vipers have 38 points. Greenjackets have 6. Vipers are now kicking off.
We must apologize to Mr. Presley. It appears that
apparently not him.
No, it was apparently someone on the Vipers.
Very well.
I think it might have been Jason Hall with a little bit too much celebrating after his touchdown, spiking the ball.
Could have been. That may have been why Anthony Presley was flinging his arms around over there. Apologized to Anthony.
Greenjackets should get the ball over midfield after a short run back. It's a short kick.
Low kick. Reverse.
Yep, they reversed to Chandler.
That was Dan Marbut reversing to Chandler. I'm surprised they don't.
Chandler just does not go down easy ever.
Nope, he keeps going. I'm surprised they didn't have Danny McGovern back there unless he re-injured that bruise on his thigh. Come to think of it. Oh, there he was in on the play there, but he was not one of the receivers.
Greenjackets are going to start with good field position here on the Viper 46, crossing over that line into playing for pride, with the Vipers up 38-6. But a few touchdowns here and stopping the Vipers from scoring anymore should carry over well into next week for them. Who'd you say is coming up there? Is it Watertown?
Watertown's coming to Glens Falls, right?
Led by the lovely George Ashcraft.
Yes, indeed. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he was too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's quite a character, that guy. I
well,
like him
he's
a lot.
got
that
he's
sly
got a
smile.
record.
He's a tough guy, but he's got a sly smile. You
Yes,
know
he
he's a
does.
little softy underneath there. Somewhere.
Whoop. Keeper. Jack Gibbs under the pile. About 3-yard pickup. We have 10 minutes and 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I need to tell you again about a couple of our sponsors here. Our running backs are sponsored by Phil Russell's City Pizza. Absolutely authentic New York City pizza. Only at Quaker Plaza on Quaker Road, Nero Tools in Queensbury.
Second and 7. Gibbs still in at quarterback from the Viper 48-yard line.
That's Torrey Mayer who's quarterback
you're right.
there.
Yeah.
Torrey Mayer kind of got a little punishment there as he was about to throw.
Their numbers are similar. Gibbs is what,
16?
Oh, yeah, he's 15.
Uh-huh. Torrey Mayer is 15. Our offensive line is sponsored by the Big Uglies that we were talking about a while ago. And there's hardly anybody uglier than Hank Pelton and Sean Brand, who own the Big Uglies. They are a signboard for their own products, apparel for the big ugly football player in you. On Broad Street near South Street, downtown Glens Falls. Go in and see them. Torrey Mayer back to throw. Oh,
he's got a little more speed.
He's got a little speed, but he didn't get very far, not even back to the line of scrimmage, I think.
Looks like he was intending to run that. Drop back, and head was always focused downfield, never brought the ball up in any passing form. Viper spotted that.
Torrey is another alumnus of Hudson Falls High School and is headed for college this fall. So this is an interim stop for him.
Is he going to play ball in college?
Yes, he is.
Where is he going to?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Don't ask me.
No, it slipped my mind. Oh. He happens to be the offensive coordinator's son, Tommy Mayer. Got a great football heritage there in that family. Whoop. We go with a
snap
punt.
On the punt.
And that's Torrey Mayer punting. Nice punt down to the...
Richard Dykes on the return.
Picked up at the 16-yard line, run back to the 26 or 7.
Well, the crowd's thinning out here a little bit, but you can't see the crowd, but I think we had probably 200 people here tonight.
Wow.
Which is a pretty good turnout for the Vipers. We're starting to build from the bottom up. It's a new organization, a couple years old. And we do have some competition.
And a new location.
Yes.
A new location for you. I think it is disconcerting for fans when one year they play in one place, another year they play in another. But I think they'll love this stadium. This is a terrific stadium.
Yeah, it's much more comfortable and with good vending and bathrooms. And it was a hike to get to the bathrooms at Griffin Field. I'm sure a lot of little kids never made it.
I know a lot of
well-watered trees around.
I know a lot of big kids that had trouble.
We got Bresnahan in at quarterback, 1st and 10 on his own 28. It's a little fake pass or some pressure there.
Oh, yeah, look who's got him back there.
Damon Walker.
Damon's feeling his oats. Crawling off that airplane, unloosening his joints and limbs, and finally getting up to speed back there.
Second down.
Looked like Bresnahan was dropping back to pass. One thing I had to adjust to in minor league football is there's really no laying off. Once you're up by a bunch, you still got Bresnahan dropping back to pass. At first, last year on even one of your broadcasts, it got a little embarrassing, I thought. But that was when Neil Stanhope would come in, and he was a third-string quarterback, and he's sitting around practicing. He wants to throw the ball, too. So
I remember that.
Does make sense.
That was a cold night. You and Bill Callahan were up there freezing. Stanhope did well.
Yes, he did.
Ooh, look at this guy go. Is that Scott? No, it's not Scott.
6, I think, is Jason Hall.
Jason Hall. Making up for that unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yes. He is tough to bring down. He doesn't have the side, the speed or the moves of Collins, but he's not a first hit and I drop sort of guy either.
Greenjackets defensive backs are sponsored by Flores & Flores Advertising Agency and the Crimson Gallery, where you buy fine art and framing. Both of these at 71 Lawrence Street, right across the street from the Post Star in Glens Falls.
The starting offensive line is still in there. It's starting to gel, and some of the better players are starting to show up at practice for the Vipers. Bresnahan back in the shotgun, illustrating my point.
Oh, he's got room.
He's got room and time,
an open
and
man.
Steve Scott wide open.
Open man, got tackled around the neck.
Oh, no, that wasn't Steve Scott. I saw the 8, but it was not 8. It was 81 Steve Evans, who made that touchdown catch earlier in the game.
Nick LaRose took him down, number 14.
The big offensive line for the Vipers, getting bigger every game. Doug Metrick is a small guy, and he's the center. He's only 5'10", but the rest of them, Bobby Bethea is nearly 300 pounds. Levon Wright, 300 pounds. Oh, wait, Bobby Bethea is on defense, but Levon Wright is one of the bigger guys. Jason Hart and Brad Rose, 2 new guys to the Vipers this year.
That's a big line.
Yeah, those guys are each 250, 260. They're the smaller ones. Bresnahan still throwing the ball.
Wide open.
Steve Scott again. Or no, this time it's Steve Scott.
Nick LaRose had a hand on him, but I think it might have been Danny Marvitt over there.
Yep, clock's still running here. Must have been stoppage of play while he was still in bounds. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Dan Marvitt took him out of bounds over there. Let me pull another small town name on you, Peter. Nick LaRose is from Whitehall, which is north of us about 40 minutes.
I can see why it's not the Glens Falls Greenjackets.
Exactly. It's a long tradition of Greenjackets players coming from Whitehall.
Bresnahan still pushing. He's in the shotgun. 2nd down and 4 to go. Some pressure from
Quick
Lipscomb.
pass, nice. That's Scott. Hall, number 5.
That's Richard Dykes.
Oh, well, I don't get... I get the wrong side of the sheet here, Peter.
That's right. He's just the first couple games didn't hear from him much, but the last 2 games he's been playing really well. He's also our punt returner. I think I mentioned earlier he's not a big guy, but...
No, very small.
Compliments our other smaller size wide receiver, but as Rashad Porch has proven year after year in the EFL, size doesn't always matter.
Don't see a great deal of joy on the Greenjackets sideline here.
I think they're waiting for that final gun at this point. Bresnahan, was that a trap?
If he got it, it was a trap.
It looks like they're calling it a good catch.
Really?
Steve Evans again.
Pass
Tough to see if he got his arm under it from his body position. It didn't look like he caught that, but if he got his arm underneath it, then it was a catch. The referee was right on top of it. So you don't do your broadcast at your home games, though, do you?
Me?
No, I mean the TV station.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
every
you do?
game. We broadcast 15 games a year.
That is such a treat. We had one game on TV this year, and it was such a big deal.
Yeah.
People coming up to me and, my friends saying, look, I saw that game. I didn't realize the Vipers were that good, or I didn't realize, I thought this was like a beer league sort of thing. And I said, no, I've been trying to tell you, come out to one game.
Exactly.
I'll pay for your ticket for one game. They showed it like 4 or 5 times, too, on Time Warner Cable.
Well,
it wasn't live.
We do 15 games a year right through the EFL championships, and we show them twice, once on Sunday night, once on Monday night.
Oh, boy. Bresnahan still in the shotgun, up 38-6 with 3 minutes left in the game. Quick handoff to Jason Hall.
Made some yards, almost the first down. He may have it. May have it. Close.
How long has the Vipers had the luxury of being on TV? Just since you've been involved, or is it?
You mean the Greenjackets?
I'm sorry, the Greenjackets. Yes. See, I'm dreaming here.
This will be our 4th year.
Ah.
First year we only did 6 games. Mike Lentz was the president and general manager. owner of the Greenjackets at that time. And then the second year, I think we did maybe 8 or 10 games. In the past 2 years, we've done 15.
Present hand back to pass.
Okay.
Off.
Go. Run fast if you're going to go, man. Number 27 is Dave Winter.
81. Steve Evans snuck up on him and tackled him. In some sense, it kind of serves the Viper right. The Viper's right. I mean, even though I'm with the team, you're up 38-6. There's 2.5 minutes left, and you're throwing the ball for a touchdown.
Yeah, if anybody deserves a crack at it, Dave Winters is a good guy to have his hands on it.
He took off right after he caught it.
Oh, wait, that's 27. That was Mike Randall. And he lost it. I was looking at 29. That's
good thing you caught that one.
Oh, gee, Mike Randall. That's 27.
Mike Randall's mom.
Oh, wow.
Monday night, do you?
No, and I'm sure our statistician would listen to that tape and say, come on, Charles, get with it. Well, these trifocals, they
right.
got
quadfocals contacts now. All right, let's see if the Greenjackets are going to sit on the ball or move it. Ooh.
Yeah, they're going to fumble it, for one thing. Recovered it, though.
Whistle may have blown. Have Greenjackets been running the option much this year, or is this the first time they've been showing that?
Been a time or two.
It's not very interesting to see. It's been so many years since I've seen it run in anything
but the
about
clock
high
is still
school.
running. 2 minutes, just a hair over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. There's a 2-minute warning. Syracuse Vipers 38, Greenjackets 6, with 2 minutes to go in the game.
Tonight's EFL football game.
Well, I'm sure the Jackets would love to at least put a little bit more pride on the board if they can, but they've not had an awful lot of luck against this Syracuse defense.
No, the Vipers were up good 3 touchdowns, and then Glens Falls started getting back in the game. We had a third quarter without any scoring at all. And then in the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Vipers scored a couple more to pretty much seal the deal at that point.
I imagine this game's going to create a little schizophrenia with the Jackets. We had 2 games which were shutouts.
That's right.
One was 25-0, one was 57 or 54-0. Then we lost 2 games very closely to Albany.
Right. 6 points each one there, right?
3 points in one and maybe 6 on the other.
And then to give up 38 tonight, yeah.
And now...
That will make you a little batty, won't
now
it?
the team's going to go back and say, wait a minute, who are we here? Are we a 54-0 team or are we a 38-6 team? And
you don't have long to find out when Ashcraft brings his crew in next week.
That's exactly right. Home field's always been good for us against Watertown, but... well, a hefty sack on Torrey Mayer back there.
Sack by Brad Rose for the Vipers.
Brad Rose, the offensive lineman, getting into some reps on defense. And this year, when the conclusion of the season comes, it's going to the championship games with the Southern Division, no matter what the records are. Is that how it works? We rotate each year. Last year, the championship. So even, let's say the Vipers had a better record than whoever comes out of the Southern, it doesn't matter. It would be in the Southern.
It alternates each year.
Well, that'd kind of be fun. I'd like to see some more of those Southern towns. I saw Scranton this year.
By the way, have you ever... Jackets timeout. Thank you, Director. Peter and I are kind of just having fun talking here.
Coffee clatch.
Peter, have the Vipers ever gone down to New Jersey to play the Ravens?
No, because the Ravens... Last year was the first year for them, is that right?
Second year.
It was their second year?
Yeah.
They may have played them the first year that the Vipers were in the league, but I wasn't in the area. I know they didn't last year, and we don't plan on doing it this year. Our other crossover game is with Capital Land Thunder this year.
Well, one of we have 2 crossover games with the other division like every other team, and Albany was one of our crossover games, and New Jersey is the other. So like 3 weeks or so, we travel to New Jersey.
Have you been down there yet?
No.
I'm not sure. Since I've never been there, I haven't heard where they play or...
Yeah, they're a very solid team, very solid defensive team. Here we go again with 1 minute and 35 seconds left on the clock. Torrey Mayer is quarterback, passing complete to Chandler, looks like, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
No, 12. He passing to Siska. Look at that.
Oh, there we go.
That, too, looked like a 7 for a minute, but one quarterback passing to another quarterback.
was a good catch and hold on by Siska.
Well,
He may end up back at wide receiver.
He may be
after
back
all.
at wide receiver. That's right. Speaking of wide receivers, we should mention once more that they are sponsored by Dan and Jenny Lambert of Double L Electrical. Double L's been doing quality work on your homes and your businesses for 16 years. Oop, the official almost got that one. We're grateful to Double L Electrical for being one of our largest sponsors for the Greenjackets.
Vipers take over on down.
That was 4th down. The Vipers take over on downs, and I am going to put this mic down and sneak out of here if they force the ball downfield and try to score. With 46 seconds left, the Vipers are up 38-6.
Peter, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You've brought great color and great knowledge of the Vipers football team, and I would have been helpless without. I've been helpless with you, but I would really have been helpless without you.
We'll have to see how this comes off, won't we?
As we excuse you, we'll let you get down to that. Actually, I'll come whizzing down
I was
there.
kind of kidding. I meant if we keep trying to score here, I'm going to sneak out of here because I'm going to be so embarrassed.
Well, I'm going to sneak out as soon as we're over because we want to try to get some tape of the Big Uglies presentation to the offensive lineman of the. All right, we took a knee, so you don't have to be embarrassed at all.
Good. I can stay for the last couple seconds and enjoy it.
Okay, this has been with 33 seconds left in the quarter, the game is basically over. It's been a contest with the Syracuse Vipers, who now have 38 points on the board. The Greenjackets with 6 points, and the clock is going to be running down. Players are out shaking hands, congratulating each other.
Let's give a big hearty hello to Bill and George when you see them.
Will do, and I know they, excuse me, they both regret not being able to be here, because if anybody are avid Greenjackets fans, it's Bill Callahan and George Fordrum. So this is Charles Adams and Peter Wack bidding you adieu. We'll take a little break and be back with the Big Uglies presentation. Thank you, and watch us every chance you can. Wack bidding you adieu. We'll take a little break and be back with the Big Uglies presentation. Thank you, and watch us every chance you can.
There are lots of banks you can choose. Why do business with Evergreen? Because we're working hard to give you the choices, convenience, and value you deserve from your bank. We think you'll feel good about choosing us.
Whether you're a mom on the go or drive a company car, turnaround time is priority one.
Before you hit the road, head to Warren Tire. Warren Tire not only offers Goodyear tires, but Goodyear Gemini Auto Service for everything under the hood. Whether it's a tune-up, brakes, shocks and struts, or just a lube oil and filter, Warren Tire guarantees complete worry-free driving. Before you hit the road, head to your nearest Warren Tire location.
Goodyear, Goodyear. The Victory Lane Cafe and Lounge is the perfect place to bring the entire family. Our cafe menu and daily lunch specials offer great prices on great food. And the best place to enjoy race day is the Victory Lane Lounge. Victory Lane Collectibles has the largest selection of NASCAR, NFL, and Major League Baseball merchandise in the area. And enjoy the Victory Lane Arcade for family fun and entertainment. Whether you're a racing fan or not, the whole family will enjoy Victory Lane. So make a pit stop soon.
You may know the name Leland Paper for paper products, but did you also know that Leland Paper sells laundry and restaurant supplies and equipment, packaging material, janitorial supplies and equipment? Leland Paper offers local products, local deliveries every day, and personal attention that only a local company can give. Our third generation celebrating our 50th anniversary, Leland Paper Company, wholesale distributors since 1951.
We've been your good neighbor for over 140 years, helping the Glens Falls community grow and prosper, helping generations of families realize their dreams. It's what you'd expect from your community bank. It's what you can count on from Evergreen.
We have our Big Uglies lineman of the game presentation.
We have Coach Mayer over here tonight. Who's the offensive lineman of the game, Coach?
Offensive lineman of the game this week will be Kyle Arthur. He's played 4 great games for us, done 5 great games now for us, and done a nice job and consistently does what he's supposed to do. Real proud of him.
Thanks, Coach.
We have a trophy here sponsored by the Big Uglies, the lineman of the game with the date on it, August 3rd, 2002. Trophy. And a very funny t-shirt where we're chuckling at up in the booth earlier. On the back it says, skill is the ability to move a 300-pound object from one point to another and place it gently on its back. It's pretty hard to do that out there today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Well, you guys will get it back together and play a tough game versus Watertown next week.
Yep. Look forward to a win, too.
This is Peter Walk again on the field with General Manager Paul Seeley of the Syracuse Vipers. Why'd the boys play so well tonight?
Well, I think that, it's getting to our 4th game here, and we're starting to get our practices down. Our players know the play, so we're getting better.
The defense seemed extra pumped up tonight. Are they starting to gel and figure out who's playing where and where to expect their teammates on certain plays?
Well, I haven't seen the film, but I'll tell you, we're fast. So we make up in recovery for where we didn't line up or go right time on the first time around.
I'd be amiss not to ask, what about the quarterbacks? We got Dwayne in there who seemed to do well again. Then Bresnahan comes in. Are you going to go with the co-quarterback approach again this year, or is it going to sort itself out?
Well, that'll be totally up to the offensive coaches. Playing time to me, it's the win in the end that counts.
And who do you got next week, Coach?
We have the Trailblazers right here, the new team out of St. Lawrence Valley.
And then in a month or so, you'll be back up at Glens Falls to meet them on their home field.
Glens Falls in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks.
So we'll be looking forward to all the fans up there in TV8 land.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Peter Walk here with Coach Boeing Viaggio. And it's a tough one out there tonight, Coach. How are you going to keep the team together looking towards Watertown next week?
Well, as coaches, you can only do so much. I told them that it's their choice on which direction that we go. So, bottom line is you just go back to work and you go back to the drawing board and you show up at practice and we try again.
Team still seemed pretty together at the end of the game there. There was a nice speech by a couple players. Must have a good bunch of kids out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that just want to play ball. But, however, you still need to win, and we didn't get it done today.
Did Gibbs assert himself into a quarterback controversy or race after tonight's performance? He seemed to be moving the ball pretty good, especially near the halftime.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's going to be that'll be up for a practice issue.
It's lucky that if Siska's got to move down, you can also split him out wide at the end of the game there. He caught one over the middle. He's a former wide receiver, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. He's versatile to go anywhere. So, we'll have to see how it goes.
Great. Good luck next week, Coach.
Hi everyone, Bill Callahan here, and I'm pleased to announce the return of the Speak Up radio program on News Radio 1450 WWSC. Speak Up will air Mondays from 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to take your telephone calls, we're going to comment on local events, and we're going to have guests. It's all right here, News Radio 1450 WWSC. We'll be talking with you soon.
Catch Speak Up with Bill Callahan for commentary on local events, special guest interviews, and your phone calls. Speak Up, only on News Radio 1450 WWSC.
If you want it, we've got it at Alpine House RV. 3 great locations and hundreds of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups to choose from. Coleman, Prowler, Coachman, Cougar, Sunline, Mallard, Montana, and more. They're all here with giant discounts. Take your pick and save thousands. Alpine House RV has the best selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups with payments as low as $79 a month. There's over 200 new and used to choose from. Take a closer look at Alpine House RV. Best brands, best selection, best prices.
Considering new flooring, Glens Falls Tile & Supplies is your local dealer for bath, ceramic tile, laminate, and wood flooring needs. Our knowledgeable staff will show you the best products and finishes suited for your project. Do-it-yourselfers benefit from our build-from-the-bottom one-on-one installation help to guarantee quality self-installations. Our product knowledge and experience will ensure the long-lasting beauty you expect from your investment. Glens Falls Tile & Supplies, the best selection of quality tile and flooring backed by the kind of service you deserve.
promises, promises.
A lot of companies have said they're going to introduce networkable digital printer copiers, but you can't print, copy, or finish on a promise. Fact is, Konica has delivered a 50-page per minute networkable digital printer copier that lets you scan once and copy forever, or print 50 pages per minute from your PC. So what do you want?
Promises, promises.
For the real power of digital printing and copying.
Call Sealy Office Systems today, 793-5168.